Ward Holmquist, show excerpt file, Tech in Art, performance on the digital stage. What makes music classical, and who even listens to it now? Who is showing the younger generations what classical music is and some ways to approach reportedly great works by dead European white guys? What do today's classical music performers think of other music styles? Do they play pieces that aren't traditionally thought of as classical? These and a host of similar questions are being posed by thoughtful music lovers as the audience for traditional classical artists, groups, and organizations steadily implodes. And then there's Dacia Clay, a library science graduate with a decidedly egalitarian worldview whose secret desire was to work in public radio. Her quest began when she got her first break in front of a mic, having her beginner questions about classical music answered by the performers and educators whose music she cataloged for NPR station KUHF in Houston, Texas. Her quest turned into a podcast, classicalclassroomshow.com. Now over 279 episodes and counting, her inquisitiveness has brought forth many interesting interviews with leading artists by asking intelligent, intriguing questions about a wide variety of topics and delightfully encapsulating the experiences in bite-sized episodes. This is the motherlode of classical music relevance and education. That's why I chose the job that I have, and I'm denied that at the time being, but it still has to come out. And I don't care how many other new things I have to learn in order to do it. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah, I enjoy learning. I've enjoyed learning all my life. I'm sure a lot of people are like this. But
in one way or another, I think you play every instrument. Certainly as a director, you're one who is sensitive to all of those things, all of those sounds, and always exploring. And that's one of the wonderful things about working with you artistically and making music with you.
Well, thank you, but I need a police chief on the podium next to me to go, that's not what that is.
Yeah. How do you choose a particular style that fits whatever it is that you are accompanying, but also represents Matthew the artist, Matthew the composer?
I mean, I think every composer definitely has a style, and I think the style comes from your taste.
What if we exhume some composers from the dead? and then like, so we did. And we found like all these clips of like Glenn Gould, Aaron Copland, Leonard Bernstein, and Stravinsky.
Thank you so much, Ward, and I'm so glad you're doing this podcast. We love hearing from you, and it's going to be really fun.
Well, thank you. Well, it's nice to be back out in the public ear.
That's right.
So thank you for coming. Thanks for coming in today. Thanks for joining me, Ward Holmquist, for this episode of Tech in Art. My thanks to Sarah Tannehill Anderson for sharing her story. You can find her recordings with a YouTube search or in the episode notes. My thanks also to all of you who directly support and encourage artists in your communities. Allow me to remind you that your artistic community no longer is bound by geographical locations. And don't forget to please subscribe to Tech in Art on your favorite podcast platform. This episode of Tech in Art was hosted by me, Ward Holmquist. It was produced by Adrian Bennett, edited, mixed, and mastered by Harlan Wilcox. Our series producer is Elise Montaigne, and our post-production coordinator is Jerome Bittner. As always, if you have an idea for a good story or person for an upcoming episode, please let me know via Twitter or Instagram @Ward Holmquist. Until next time, onward and upward.